Hey, thanks for stopping by. I just wanted to come by today and share with you some of my skincare secrets for when my skin is freaking out. As you could probably tell, I have pretty good skin most of the time. I'm pretty proactive with my skincare. I use a lot of natural products mixed with some acne care products, and sometimes I feel like that time of the month comes around and my skin just explodes. And it doesn't happen every month, but every once in a while I'll get a lot of bad breakouts on my skin. I learned when you get pimples in this area, on your neck and your jawline, that tends to be more related to hormonal issues. I worked for a spa for a little over 2 years, and the estheticians there were amazing. They taught me so much about skin, and I learned a lot about my own skin. And right now I have some issues on my skin. So first of all, I'd like to point out this bit right here. This is actually a burn. Oh, it hurt so bad. I did this yesterday. Ren and I were going out to see a movie, and so I wanted to look really nice, and so I was curling my hair, and the curling wand just kind of tapped my hairline here on my forehead. So it's a little bit brown, discolored, and it's kind of sensitive. I mean, it's not extremely sensitive, but you can tell that it was an injury. I have a couple pimples here on my cheeks, and then on this side of my cheek you can see I've got almost like a little squiggly line going down the side of my face. This one here on my chin was an under the skin pimple that I've had for about a week. I use a tool like this, and it's a little extractor tool. There's a really fine tip here at the end, and then there's a wider tip here at the other end, and I use this to extract the whiteheads. If I need to pick my skin, if I'm feeling the urge to pick my skin, I usually just gravitate towards this one, because your fingers are filled with bacteria, and if you can cleanse a tool like this, an implement, it'll help get the whiteheads out without pushing bacteria into it. I've shared with you before that I suffer from acne on my neck, and so I've been dealing with some of that lately. I've got a couple little spots that have been healing for a while, and on this side you can see I've got a couple here. My skin is just not in the best space right now, I actually kind of didn't even want to film a video today because I'm feeling when my skin isn't at its best, I'm not the most confident, and so I try really hard on an everyday basis to make sure that my skin is in really good condition. But for this video, I'm going to share with you that I don't have perfect skin. I'm not perfect. I have issues with my skin, and these are the things that I use to help fix it when I start to have issues. Coconut oil is an incredible substance. For skincare purposes, it's really recommended that you get organic, extra virgin coconut oil. This is not my preferred brand. I just, any coconut oil that's on sale, or, any good deals you can find, as long as it's organic and pure, then that's good. Coconut oil is a natural antiseptic on the skin. It has really incredible cleansing properties. And at the spa that I used to work for, we used coconut oil in the cleansing process as a pre-cleanse to take your makeup off. We used it in massages, and it's just one of my favorite things to use on my skin. So my first step is I'm going to do a massage of my neck and my skin on my face with the coconut oil. So I want to make sure I have clean hands. As you can tell, I've used a lot of this coconut oil. I'm not even sure if you can see in there, but this is 32 fluid ounces, and I've had this for maybe 6 months. I usually just take, a pretty substantial amount. I want to rub it in my fingers here and put it on my neck, and it smells so good. I love the way that coconut oil smells. So what I usually do is I focus on my neck to begin with, because this is really my problem area. So I just lightly, with a firm pressure, not anything where you're going to hurt yourself, but I usually just take a couple minutes and massage my neck and my décolleté, and you want to go upwards when you're, massaging your neck. gravity will pull it down, so you want to go up. And then I go up under my eyes. And one of the last things I'll do is I'll put the coconut oil in my eyelashes because it actually helps your eyelashes grow. It's really interesting to think like that, yeah? You don't really think about your eyelashes growing, but the coconut oil will help nourish them. And so if you're struggling with issues with your eyelashes, maybe try getting a little jar of coconut oil and putting it on there before you go to bed at night. I'll just massage in circular motions with a little bit of pressure on my fingers. Massaging your skin on your face helps stimulate cell turnover. It helps bring the blood to the surface of the skin. It's really nice. I mean, it feels good too, So then I'll just bring it up onto my forehead, and I can really feel it moisturizing my skin. Just kind of putting a little bit of pressure on the spots that I'm experiencing. I can feel they're very dry. I've been using some Acne drying products in the evening. And then when you get to around your eyes, you just want to start, circular motions like this. The skin around your eyes is very delicate, so you don't want to be too rough with the skin around your eyes. I like to put it in my eyebrows as well. As you can tell, my eyebrows are super light, but that's another thing, how I mentioned your eyelashes will grow if you put the coconut oil on it. It'll help your eyebrows grow too if you're experiencing trouble with your eyebrows. So that feels good. It feels good to take some time for yourself. You can even put that extra coconut oil on your arm. Now that I'm all oiled up and I'm super greasy, I'm really feeling like I need a good cleanse. So I'm going to take a brand new clean washcloth and I'm going to get some really warm water, and I'm just going to kind of put this over my face to kind of remove the initial part of the oil. Just going to help to open up the pores on your face, get it really ready for the cleansing step. So now our skin is fresh and moisturized. It feels really good. The coconut oil is still a little bit on my skin. The pimples and the problem areas I still have are very dry. The next step in my skincare routine is my holy grail item. It's my Clarisonic. I have used a Clarisonic for probably about 4 or 5 years now, probably about 4 years. For the first couple years, I had the Clarisonic, not the Pro one, but the most expensive one. I really went all out with that purchase. And about a year ago, it died. So I had it for about 3 years. I'm hoping that this one lasts longer than that. But this one is the less expensive one. It's the Clarisonic Mia 2. I use this every day. I mean, there is not a day that I don't use this. Currently, I have the Radiance cleansing pad on it, which has a more light pink ring around the center of it. I've used the deep cleaning one. I've used the acne one. I've used the sensitive one. I really like this Radiance one. The cleanser that I've been using for a while now is the Murad Clarifying Cleanser. It is a salicylic acid treatment, and it's just very similar to those Davita acne solution pads that I've mentioned in my favorites. But in terms of cleansing my skin, I really want something that's going to make me feel really fresh and clean, and this gives a really tingly menthol sensation to your skin. It almost feels like on a cold day, when you step outside and you have that first freezing cold burst of air on your skin. That's kind of what this feels like. So I really like it. I just kind of go back in and I just re-dampen my skin. So you just turn it on and do little circular motions all over your face. And you don't want to put very much pressure. It will suds up really well over time. You just want to do very light, gentle, circular motions. I usually bring it down onto my neck. Certain areas where you have a really bad breakout, you can just focus the Clarisonic right on that spot. The vibrating stopped. So the cool thing about the Clarisonic is it runs on a timer. So it gives you the recommended amount of time. And if you follow those beeps, you know, there's like little pauses in the vibrations, you can move on to different areas of your face. I usually do 2 complete cycles when I'm cleansing my skin. I usually take 1 full cycle on my cheeks and my neck, and then I do 1 full cycle on my forehead and nose. So just go ahead and press the button again. Maybe I'll just go back to those problem areas one more time. Okay, so now I just turned off for the second time. So now my skin feels super cleansed. I haven't rinsed off the cleanser yet. It just feels super icy. That's one of the things I love about that cleanser. I feel like that step in itself really helps my skin stay fresh and acne free for the most part. Okay, so I wanted to try to zoom you in a little bit more so you could really see the state that my skin is in. It's the kind of thing you just have to breathe through, because the thing with acne is it's not going to be around forever. It's not a permanent thing. Scarring can be permanent, but if you take good care of your skin while you're experiencing the breakouts, then hopefully you can prevent the scarring from happening. I'm going to use a moisturizing hydrating treatment. This one is the Glam Glow Thirsty Mud Hydrating Treatment. This is the one I'm kind of leaning towards today because my skin feels really tight. So I'm just gonna, this is what it looks like on the inside. It smells incredible. It's like, I don't know, coconut and vanilla. It feels really good. It's like thick and super silky, and it smells really luxurious. And just so you know, I probably should have mentioned this, my skin is totally combination, and I have acne prone skin, as you can tell. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this on my burn as well. Glam Glow is a really awesome company. Kind of feeling like it's a little overpriced. If you've ever looked into Glam Glow before, you know what I mean. It's like the most expensive mask ever. So when I put this on, I really like massage it in, because this is probably one of the most expensive skincare items I own. I really just, you know, massage it in, take my time. I do this mask, or any mask really in general, if I know I have time to do it. So generally I'll do it like 1 time a week, maybe twice a week. But I usually reserve it for my days off. Like, I'll have a pamper day and I'll take like 20 minutes and let this thing just soak into my skin. I'm gonna let this sit on my skin for like 20-25 minutes. I'll be back soon, and then we will move on to toning and moisturizing. Okay, so I'm back. It's been about 25 minutes and I've let this mask really soak into my skin. It feels super light and moisturized. I haven't washed it off yet. As you can probably tell, it's a little bit oxidized. It's turned a little bit deeper of a color. It's still very luminous and it feels amazing on my skin. While I was waiting for the mask to set into my skin, I packed up a little travel bag of some stuff I'm going to be taking with me to Florida next week. I'm going to go into more detail in a video about the makeup I'm bringing, because it's very hot and humid in Florida, and the makeup I wear here probably might not hold up in a climate such as Florida, because out here it's like 65, 70 every day and kind of chilly and more dry than it is in Florida. And in Florida it's like 90 to 100 degrees and 100% humidity. I'm gonna have to find my most long-wearing sweat-proof makeup, and I am planning on sharing that with you before I go. Something I feel is important to mention about this mask as well is it never really hardens. Most masks that I have in my collection, they harden, and this one in particular doesn't. So I don't know if that has something to do with the hydration. I'm sure it has something to do with that, because if it were to harden, then it would dry out your skin. So it's nice, it stays completely moisturized, and I do think that this would be a nice mask to wear to bed, you know, like a really thin layer before you go to bed at night. Wow, my skin feels super, super clean. It feels super fresh. And I rubbed a little too hard on this pimple that was healing, and so now it's kind of broken open again. Ugh. I'm really struggling with my skin right now. And oof, if you have skin problems, I'm sure you can understand. It's so frustrating, especially because I'm right about to go home, and I'm right about to like try to find a wedding dress, and the last thing that I want is to have like bad skin right before I travel, because when I travel my skin tends to react not so nicely anyway to the change in temperature. So I'm gonna try to clear all this up and heal this before we head home. The next step is toning your skin. I've already mentioned the Davida Acne Solution Pads. These are very, very drying, but they work like a charm on acne. And then I really like the Thayer's brand Witch Hazel. Both of them are really good for your skin. This is particularly good for itches, skin irritations, and burns. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of this on my finger and just tap it on the burn. When that hurts, that burns, but it's going to be cooling and soothing relief from minor itches, skin irritations, and burns, and it already feels better. It already feels like not like it doesn't even exist anymore. That's amazing how awesome that works. I get these off of VitaCost as well. I love that website. What I'm gonna do today is use one of my acne solution pads from Davida. This is what the little pad looks like. There's one side that's more textured and one side that's more flat, I guess, and I'm going to concentrate this on the areas that I'm experiencing breakouts. So I'm just going to run it along my jawline, and I'm kind of gonna, it stings a little bit. Hold it, kind of tap it over the places I've got some breakouts. Crazy thing is these are all natural, and I just don't know how they work so well. During the daytime, I'll usually use a really light moisturizer, something that's going to lay well under makeup. And you can tell this one is my favorite because it's almost gone. It's the Caudalie Vino Perfect Radiance Serum Complexion Correcting. You can tell I've used almost all of it. It's this kind of cloudy white serum, and you just put it on your skin. It feels really super light. It moisturizes, it brightens, and it soaks into your skin almost immediately. So I would use this as a morning moisturizer. I use the Manuka Honey as a skincare mask sometimes if my skin is flaring up like this. Or I also use this thing called the Royal Bee Skin Healing Cream. This is a little bit weird, but my grandfather had been using this. He had some skin cancer on his head because he's bald, and he lives in Florida. So I think it just had to do with the sun exposure. So every day he put this on his head, like where the issue was, and he's cancer free now. And I don't want to make some radical claims about this because I've not experienced anything like that. I don't have cancer on my skin anywhere to test this out. This is the Hey Honey Good Morning Honey Silk Facial Serum. So it's light and it's another serum. See, in the mornings I like to try to use serums so it doesn't lay really heavy under my makeup. And at night I use one of these two. This is the Michael Todd Lipsum Antioxidant Moisturizer with DMAE and hyaluronic acid. This is just a little sample size that I got, but I've had the full one before. But it just lasts you forever because it's like the thickest moisturizer ever and you don't need very much. It says a soothing cream made with organic ingredients which uses lipsums to transport antioxidants deep into the skin to restore and maintain healthy skin, counteract sun damage, and fight premature skin aging and wrinkles. It says hyaluronic acid attracts moisture to the skin, restoring the skin's optimal moisture balance. DMAE firms and improves the appearance of fine line and wrinkles. So I don't like to use this during the day. It makes my skin feel too slippery, so that's why I really like it at nighttime. And then, like I've mentioned, this is the Royal Bee skin healing cream. Ren really loves it. He has a little spot on his cheek, and when he uses this, it completely goes away. So I don't know what's really in here. It says a blend of honey, royal bee jelly, aloe vera, safflower oil, restructured water, Native American herbal mixture, vitamin E, vitamin A, and vitamin B. So I guess it's kind of like a more of an all-natural product. Maybe it's a little bit hippy-dippy, but I'm so like that anyway, so I don't mind using something like this. It smells really good. It smells really fresh. A little bit powdery, and it says that it solves dry skin problems, help heal skin ailments, face moisturizer, complete body cream, fights signs of aging, and reduces wrinkles. I use this when I am trying to prevent scarring. So this is like the holy grail item within my skincare line. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I use, like this is holy grail status. I've used these for like 4 years, but this is kind of newer to my skincare collection, and it's amazing. This is the Michael Todd Ultra Bright with, I don't know how to say this word. It says it's an anti-aging spot and tone corrector for all skin types. And I've had this for probably 2 months, and I still have quite a bit of it, I feel. I'm going to put 1 pump of this on before I put any other moisturizer, and I'm going to focus it on the areas that are having some trouble with tone. So it helps with fading acne scars. Put it on my neck. So I used about 2 pumps, and I'm going to put a little bit on my burn because I don't want the burn to scar. So this says that it's an advanced skin brightening serum to safely and effectively even out skin tone and improve hyperpigmentation. It contains no mercury, no steroids, or other harmful bleaching substances. This is from a company called Michael Todd. A lot of people talk about this. Not this particular product, but this brand. It's really good. I've used their charcoal clay cleanser. I've used their kaolin clay masks. I've used their blue algae toners. I've used their lemon toners. I've tried almost everything from their line, and this is one of my most favorites. So definitely check that out if you're having some issues with skin, uneven pigmentation or dullness, or you just want to brighten up your complexion. So what I do is I just take like 2 pumps of that on my finger, and I just saturate it over the areas that I have issues. And then I just go in with my clean fingers and I just tap it in. It says, wait 10 minutes before applying any other product. I don't use this every day. If I'm not having any issues with my skin, if I have really clear, beautiful, breakout-free skin, then I usually just save this for times when I'm experiencing really, really bad breakouts. But since right now I'm going to be going home in about a week and a half, and I want my skin to look really perfect, I'm going to just tap this in on the areas where I'm having some trouble. And now it's been about 10 minutes, so I'm going to follow up with the Michael Todd Lipsum Antioxidant Moisturizer. Today's my day off. I'm not planning on putting on makeup. I'm just going to lounge around my apartment, might do some laundry or something, but I just want to put on a really thick moisturizer that's going to help my skin heal from the trauma that it's been through, like with the acne and the burn and all of that. So I'm going to put a thick moisturizer on, and I'm just going to let it soak into my skin for the whole night. I always, always, always bring it onto my neck. Always, always, because there are some neck issues in my future if I don't prevent them now. So I'm trying my hardest to keep my neck nice and tight. Next, what I normally do is I use a little acne spot treatment if I'm really suffering from bad spots. This is not my favorite one that I've tried. One that I just purchased, I'm waiting for it in the mail, is the Badescu clearing lotion. It's something like that, where it has the 2, like within the package it's got the 2 different fluids. It has like a liquid on the top and then like this pink powdery liquid in the bottom, and then you're supposed to stick a Q-tip straight through it. So I just bought that from Ulta, and I'm waiting for that in the mail. because I'm really excited to try that. A lot of people say really good things about it, but right now I'm just going to take the tiniest little dot of this stuff on the tip of my finger, and I'm going to put it on the acne spots that I have. I don't want to use too much of this stuff. I think my skin it's too sensitive for this product. It says that it's a benzoyl peroxide treatment, and I have noticed that my skin reacts a little bit more to a benzoyl peroxide treatment. I noticed that every time I use this, it kind of like burns my skin a little bit, I think. But you know, I'm kind of desperate right now. So I just put a little bit of the First Aid Beauty eye cream underneath this eye, and I've smeared it out with the tip here, the silver tip, the cooling tip, and I'm just tapping it in. And this one has a really nice brightening effect. I noticed that after I put this on, my under eye looks brighter and it feels nice and cool. And then I usually just smear it over the top as well, just really gently using the middle finger or the fourth finger. They always say use the fourth finger because that one has the lightest pressure, but if you're really gentle, either way, any finger you use is going to be fine. Just know you need to use light pressure. This side has the First Aid Beauty Triple Eye Remedy, Eye Duty Triple Remedy, and this side has nothing on it. I'll never forget, there was a girl at the Chanel counter that told me, I got a little sample of the Chanel eye cream like 6 months ago, and she was like, just do 5 circles like this. 3, 4, 5. And I've never forgotten that. And this last step is totally optional. It's usually just to apply some lip balm. Right now my lips are feeling really dry. So just putting on a little bit of lip balm kind of completes the whole pampered feel. And that's everything. That's how I take care of my skin when it's freaking out. It's how I, can reel myself in and not have a panic attack that my skin is breaking out. It really helps to know that acne is not a permanent thing. So if you're having skin problems like me right now, drink lots of water, invest in some good skincare, and I think you'll see a great improvement. I hope that within the next week, after doing all of these products daily, my skin will show some improvement, and I will update you guys next week. Alright, well, I hope you're having an amazing day, and thanks for hanging around. I'll see you very soon. Mwah!